You know, we talk about the budget, right? The budget, what QC say, what, $200,000, $250,000?
Yeah.
That's because you got to pay the right people at one time to play your record in unison. It got to happen at the right time. If you want to go out here and you're going to do the bots, you can't do the bots to a certain type of level unless you are signed to a major label. So that's where I went wrong at, fellas. I tweaked the system and the algorithm independently, and they got different structures and they got different ways to go ahead and find out when you're gaming the system and you're not a major artist. I can't do what a 50 Cent or a French Montana or a Lil Baby can do. It's only so much that even if I got an unlimited budget, if I do a certain amount of numbers of streams on Spotify, they're going to fucking trigger that. It's going to trigger the fraud detection.
Now, bots, I want people listening who haven't seen like the Vice special and just heard that headline that I noted about you at the beginning to know it goes a lot deeper than you're just a guy who's using bots. You know what I'm saying? Like you really are in that world. You're moving at a higher intellect than someone would give credit for just any artist using bots. So can you explain how you got into the bot world, you know, why you're, you know, and, you know, the inner workings of it, just so people get a story of, get a better understanding of just even how it works beyond just, hey, you're an artist and you find somebody to pay for your bots.
Thanks. All right. So look, as of right now, it's crazy, guys. Like I said, I just came home in January. I'm coming home, man. I'm looking at artificial intelligence and Chat GPT, and I'm like, oh, wow, this about to be a wrap, bro. Y'all see where artificial intelligence is going? Like videos, content, editing, copywriting, like the world about to change right before our eyes. I was into the bots and engineering, fellas, 2011. And I got into the marketing world. And it first started, guys, with the search engine, which is Google, Yahoo, Bing. Companies paid me lots of money to help them rank on the first page of Google, because if they had certain keywords that was bringing them traffic, they didn't have to spend money on paid advertising. The best client is an organic client, somebody who feels like they found something. But people don't realize organic is just a strategy. It's just a term, fellas. It's just a strategy. It's just a way that people feel like they found something. It's a fulfillment. You can either do paid or you can do organic. When I came in the game, bots were used to manipulate the search engines to make people's content show up higher than others. So if you got YouTube and your name is Brandman Sean and you're doing a video on Gucci Mane and it's 20 million people searching for Gucci Mane that day and your video shows up first, Sean gonna get 18 million of those views. He probably gonna be rich overnight off of advertisements and clicks and whatever else he's doing. He might have to invest in his visibility. So Sean doesn't have to be Hot 97 or Complex or DJ Academics or Say Cheese if he got a guy like me, because I can use bots to make Sean an authority for whatever content he's posting on the internet. So that was the initial way I got into this lane. I was working for Wall Street companies that weren't as big as Wall Street Journal, that weren't as big as The Street, and they wanted their financial news information to show up in front of everybody in the world. So I learned how to tweak the game to help publishers in the financial news space get visibility for big projects. They paid me a lot of money based off the front end and the back end sales. So I became a millionaire, guys, in my early 20s. When I seen how that industry worked, this was before Spotify, Tidal, and Apple Music came out. When that came out, the same exact contractors I was using from Upwork, guys, and Fiverr.com, they transitioned right along with me from the Google search engines to social media to YouTube. Social media, YouTube, Google, the one thing that nobody has a conversation with, Spotify, they're all search engines in their own respect. They're just search engines for different topics and different niches. The concept is exactly the same. So the ability to tweak an algorithm based on traffic, views, likes, comments, streams is synonymous in every industry, fellas. So this don't just start and stop, with the music industry. This shit is everywhere. You can tweak this shit any and everywhere. If you understand the music industry, labels been buying artists' records forever. If you go back to 50 Cent and you go back to Kanye West, they were buying those records to make sure one guy went platinum. They were making sure that you went #1 on Billboard, because you were #1, then clout took over and then people really came to buy the records and engage. So being #1 has always been the goal, whether you were in the music industry, whether you was in different publishing world. And that's how I got started with the bots, guys. I've been building one of the biggest bot networks for the last 12 to 13 years. When I was indicted, the conversation that nobody had was that Chad Focus took $4 million and we feel like he invested into the Chad Focus brand. A lot of the headlines that people took was that he invested this money into the music industry. Now y'all know I'm too intelligent to take $4 million and not have 50 #1 hits and not to get a Drake fucking feature and all this other shit. So that was just bullshit.
Hey, I want to go through with you. First, let me tackle a couple of these questions from our programmer, our producer. He said, in your opinion, are bots a necessary evil in the music industry?
Trillion%. And it's never going nowhere. I think that when people accept it and start figuring out how to strategically use it, it's going to work out better for you. What I will say, Sean, is that, you know, I'm not perfect. The one thing that I did is that I had to rush my campaign. I had a lot of shit going on. So I'll tell you guys the truth of like why it didn't get the Drake status. I had a lot of shit going on. I was just involved in a lot of different things. Meaning that I'd have built my profile guys with social media influencing. I'd have built my shit, man, with my advertising campaigns, and then I'd have let streams be the icing on the cake. Instead, I just wanted to bully everybody with the bots. You get what I'm saying? I'll put my own followers together, my own likes, my own comments, my own streams, and I'll repost my plaques all day long because I'm still getting the royalties. So as long as I was getting paid, bro, as long as bots get you paid, just like us listening to the music, until they can change that, bro, which they never will, fuck them. And I mean that, yo, because that's how the guys is playing the game at the highest level feel. Don't talk to me about steroids until Roger Clemens isn't on steroids. I'm Barry Bonds. Don't tell me not to use steroids when the pitcher's using steroids, bro. Fuck that. Like, let's have that conversation.